aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
What my name is.
Good morning again, my beautiful people. Even the problems in the building, good morning. How art thou? I hope everyone is okay. Doing well today as we take you through another ladies' room. Thank you so much to our friends at Western Union for making it possible once again. Hope all is well. Good morning, Christelle. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Shante. Come on in the room, guys. We got a pretty serious situation this morning to discuss. People are really going through it in relationship these days, man. You're coming in slowly but surely. Come on in, guys. We got things to do. All I see for about a minute is Shantae's name going down the live with all the names that she's tagging. Make sure that she doesn't leave with anybody. Make sure that they're here. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? Jacqueline, as soon as I'm through, hit me up. I need these people are messing up my stuff. Good morning, Jennifer. How art thou? Really, Jackie? So knowing me, you really think I'll go and get married in a long sleeve white shirt? You're real out of order, ain't it? Morning, Marcus. Don't look like I'm gonna get married. What, a bit wider material? Anyways, Dwight, good morning. How are thou? Hope all is well. Welcome everybody on the live. Good morning, Terrence. Yeah, guys, Terrence also reached out and he says he was so touched by the outpouring of love he got from you guys yesterday, the messages checking up on him, etc. So White is Jacqueline, come on my life. I want to go and play test match cricket. Listen, if you're on social media and you can't take talk, listen, you need to get off because you gotta be built for this. I'm telling you, Caribbean people, you have a way of complimenting people. Hey, so you see somebody that looks really good. Hey, like your bed, not even, wow, you look really nice today. Y'all be giving all these backhanded compliments. I swear, Caribbean people, and it's a good thing we know what that means. Somebody see you, you look nice, you put effort into your appearance, and first thing they see you, hey, like your bed today, not even though well, you look nice, you know, nice outfit, nice makeup, nice whatever, you bathe. Like if you don't bathe, you will know the difference. So it's like when you're not dressed up and you're not looking good, you ain't bathe. When you dress up and looking good, you bathe. Oh, boy. They see you and they want to know if you're in a relationship. Me papa, me want your man, I want your man bust me head now. I want your man tell me nothing, nah? Instead of asking, are you in a relationship? What's your status? All sort of roundabout ways to ask one question. I don't get it. We are a special bunch of people, I swear. And nothing like Caribbean people, especially Grenadians. We are. Yeah, a lot famous for these backhanded compliments. You gain weight, the man treating you good. You lose a little weight, papa, the man stressing you out. Put on a little weight, life good with you, life nice with you, mama. Yeah, crazy. Listen, if you want to get me annoyed quickly, tell me about, especially when you, and another one that really irritates me is when they will be like, that man really treating you good, boy. Like, you dressed up, right? And, you step out, you're looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Yeah, my girl, that man really treating, like, what man had to do with somebody taking care of themselves? Sometimes man ain't had no part in it. They ain't even buying you a Rinju. What's the name of the sweet cream back in the day? Rinju and what's the other one that you will smell from miles away? That one used to raise my asthma all the time. But you didn't have money to buy perfume, so Rinju and the other one in the white bottle. It was a white tall bottle with sort of purple or red writing. Razak. And Rinju. Those were our perfume and lotion back in the day. So I can't think I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. Why we always want to give man credit for things? Some man ain't even buying you a sweet, much less. So giving them credit. I'd be the first one to like, nope, it's all me. Nope, I'm doing the taking care of. With pride. It's a good feeling to say that. I'm doing all the taking care of around here. So ain't no man to thank for that. Tell yourself sometimes you ain't even have a man. You understand? Like a man not even in the picture. We're talking about man. And Ruby was Razak, Rinju, and Ruby. Those people who made those lotions, I swear they had a thing for us. It's like they were intended to just get us off the planet. So Sheena says it's only when a man is looking good you can tell a woman is behind that. Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the times when they're going out well, clothes well ironed, and there's some men who take pride in themselves, woman and no woman. There are some men, they're always on the ball. They don't ever skip a beat, whether there's a woman in their lives or not. They put themselves together. They're iron, they'll go get their little shape up, hygiene on point. So they really do take care of themselves. Sheena says even if it's his mother, that man is loved and it shows. And it shows when when a man grew up in a home where, his mother was deeply involved and made sure that he could take care of himself. Because that is what they'll say. No woman make my child see trouble. No woman could cut style on you. So you'll make sure that, they could do everything. Could cook. And the same could be said about my brothers. They could cook. My brothers could bake. They could clean house. Listen, it wasn't no girls have to do that. Girls and boys chores. Everybody, all man and their brother had to play some role. Mother in kitchen, all man in the kitchen learning to cook. So if mother say, I ain't cooking today, Tom go and cook, Jill go and cook, food coming out. Janelle, whatever. I've never seen so many people with you and Debbie Crony. I've never met two people who are always on vacation so in my life. Just the other day you're on vacation, now you're talking about you're on vacation and the audacity to leave number to call. I'm calling you, so when you see my number, you know what to do. Anywho's, morning Hugh, how are you? So we have a really serious situation. Welcome to the live this morning. Y'all not sharing the live? Just come here, take seats, and y'all don't even sharing the live? Like, seriously? The blue bottle is Ruby, I think, Krista. Y'all share the live, please, and thanks. Jackie, you want to take care of a man? There's a lot of men in Grenada that I'm sure will be more than happy to be taken care of. For these days. Anyways, you have a... So we're journeying up to St. Mark this morning for our ladies' room situation. Let me fix my robe. Mr. Man in St. Mark. Person says, good night, Aruna. Well, it's now morning. I'll try to be short. My husband and I were in a relationship for 12 years, married 3 years. When we decided to buy a house together 2 years, after buying the house, he lost his job due to COVID. I then became the only one paying the mortgage. things changed rapidly. He started having a public affair with another woman, and I still continued to pay the $4,000 monthly for the mortgage because we used to pay half, but since he was no longer working, everything is deducted from my salary. He then moved out of the house, presently living with the other woman, also got another well-paid job, and left me to struggle paying the mortgage and bills. Taking care of the children, barely having anything left from my salary to live by. Some days the kids and I eat our bread just like that and drink tea. The problem is, he won't give me the keys to the house. Instead, he walks in and out whenever he feels like, regardless of the time of day or night. If he went out and is drunk and cannot make it to St. Mark's, he sleeps here. The children will cry and ask him to spend time with them, and he won't. But if he's drunk, he will come here. If he and the other woman maybe end up in a conflict, he will come here, spend 2 nights, then go again. I told him, let's sell the house, and he refused. My friend told me she can help me to get someone in legal aid to sell the house. So the question is, should I sell the house and look for a cheaper house for the children and myself, or should I continue to pay since I already spent so much and keep the house, giving him a restraining order? I have 2 children. Please do not laugh at me. You won't understand until you're in the situation. But it's no laughing matter. It's seriously nothing to laugh about. I really, really empathize with your situation. Monkey real know what tree to climb in and who tree to climb, you know. Some men really go through it, you know. Question for some of the men, right? Do you all ever sit and say, as a man, do you all ever have conversations with yourself where you sit and say to yourself, maybe I could do better. Maybe I should treat this woman better. This isn't kosher what I'm doing. She doesn't deserve this. She held me down when I lost my job through COVID. We still managed to have a roof over our head. So even if nothing else, you know what? Maybe I at least owe her some respect for that. We weren't thrown out. We weren't homeless. She still managed to pay by herself a $4,000 EC dollars mortgage a month plus 2 children. As a man, even if you decide, you know what, I'm no longer in love with this person, I'm not feeling time for me to move, you don't even stop and say, as a man, boy, at least for the sake of the children, let me ensure I do my part. Nothing like that, like run through your head. You ain't feeling no way. You ain't not even a tinge of guilt, not even a tinge of compassion, nothing. You're just okay. As for me, he could have 1,000,000 keys, but guess what? They wouldn't work because I would change the locks, each and every lock that would gain him access into the home. It would be changed. That would be my first step. So you can't be moseying in and out. You publicly flaunting your other affair outside. You want woman all over the place. And when you're too drunk to go up to St. Mark. Yeah, no, I have not heard the other side of the story. I'm getting to that. I ain't reached there yet. Okay, counsel. I ain't get there yet. I was about to, but I'm sticking on the side of what I know for now. Listen, if you think there was a situation, I learned my lesson well enough about 2 sides to the story. So I was about to go to the other side momentarily. Because I had a whole situation where the woman said she child father and buy cake. Take the cake, he buy but the cake for the child, and he take half of the cake. And when you hear the cry, wasn't that the man come back and clear the air? He did not do that, and I've learned my lesson when sticking with one side. But I'm getting there. I'm just focusing on what is being said at the moment, her side. Maybe he's listening. Maybe he'll feel the need to give his input, but we welcome that as well. But for now, her side. There's no way if it is how she says it is, then I'm going to sit back, pay a mortgage for $4,000 a month, 2 children, and you have a man coming and go as he please and making absolutely no contribution, not assisting with the mortgage. And from the looks of things, she's the one also struggling with the children, because she did say there are days she eats bread and they drink tea for the entire day. On the other hand, there's no way you're eating bread and tea just to hold on to a house. No way. I'm not starving myself and starving my children to keep a house. So if it is, as she says it is, I'm not sure how she can go about doing it, but I think you should need to seek some legal counseling, to go to legal aid as the person suggested, if you're not in a position to pay for a lawyer, and they'll probably advise you better, because I'm not sure how that works, considering the two of you were married and probably took the loan together to pay, and you have to pay that mortgage. I'm not sure what are his rights compared to yours. So I think that's the first step, to go to legal aid and understand what your rights is in the situation, considering he left the home and you're the one paying the mortgage now fully by yourself, and of course you'll have your receipts to show, etc. And my man has absolutely no interest in paying or even helping with your situation, but instead having himself a good time. So Summer Service's name is on the deed. She cannot change the locks. This may not work in her favor. She has to seek legal advice. That's what I'm saying. Carry her documents to legal aid showing that she's the one paying the mortgage. Then remove his name from the mortgage. Additionally, get a restraining order. Sell the house after if she wants to. So my legal and learned friends in the audience, maybe I can share some insight as to how she can proceed with this situation, bearing in mind the both of them have are still married, and of course they got that mortgage together. So maybe someone said, who's this person? I like to know. Are you too fast? You ain't even come with that advice for the lady, but if you want to know, Pierre, Pierre, then listen, that making him St. Mark's man look real bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's an indictment on St. Mark's men. So check and see if it's not one of your family pay. I know that's not you for sure. You're a good dude. You're not about that life. You take your responsibilities seriously. But jokes aside, it's a sad situation, and that is why I ask, this thing called conscience, it's like some people have it and some don't. Like, some people's moral compass is like all the way left. And the selfishness sometimes, it's like, as long as I'm doing me, I couldn't care less about you, children, no children. Like, how do you even... And again, we're going on what she said. We don't know the other side of the story, so we can't speak on that. We can only speak on what she said. Yeah? Might be a completely different story, but for now we're only working with what we have, which is her side. So there's my side, your side, and the truth. We have not heard his side yet, so the truth is still hanging in balance unless he comes forward, identify himself, and wants to give his side of the story. So for now, we are only going with what we have. Yeah? So let me hear what my learned friend is saying here. Okay, so what are you doing on this other number? You have all over the place. Remember, you have not heard the other side of the story. You heard only one side. I'm sure the man have his side of the story, and if you were to hear it, you might change your conclusion. That is true. Paying the mortgage alone will still not give her exclusive rights to the property. She should either agree to refinance and buy him out, or agree to sell the property and share the equity. And then she can sue for child support. Okay. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. But until then, let me run my mouth for a little bit more until we hear from the gentleman regarding his side of the story. Someone says she has to buy the house from him or mutually agree to sell, and he has to pay the half he wasn't for however long. It's a complicated process, but with a lawyer, it will work out. So if my heart wasn't strong, I would have fallen. I saw in the comments saying Mark Mando good. I thought the people daughter put me up. When I started to read it, I realized out of my house yet, so not me they talking about. No, it's not you. Jackie said the other side does lie. Listen, I'm yet to ever be in a situation where people would say, give the truth, the God honest truth, regardless of how it makes them look. A lot of the times people will say or give a side that makes them look good and the other party look bad. And even when you try to defend yourself as the other party, even though they themselves might have done some wrong, they still will try to make themselves look good. Very rare you have people giving a story or a situation exactly how it is, regardless of how it makes them look. Always try to give a story that makes them look good and the other party looks bad, where the truth is they both had a hand in the jar. Yeah, put the hand in the cookie jar and pretend that they didn't. Someone says you need to cut ties with that man. To me, the first order of business is again that restraining order, because if the two of you aren't together, it's kind of disrespectful to be seeing a man already, one, out there publicly with another woman, and then two, man just come in and go as he please, opening door on you and walking in and like, listen, some of y'all got it to my old friend. Talk about the Constitution real strong, you know. Y'all be doing a lot out here, you know. Like seriously, some things that people do sometimes to be like, ah boy. Someone says it's a serious one. I say, go through the channels. Hold on, let me take a call first. Where you going? Call back. Sorry, I missed it. Someone says it's my dad was in a situation like this, but she also. My dad was in a situation like this also. What she needs to do is go to legal aid, file a case because he's the one in fault. Bring her documents showing she was paying the bills, then refinance somewhere and make him pay off what he paid for, then give him a restraining order. There you would also have to pay for the times as well. It's a hard situation, but it's a serious matter. I totally agree. It's a serious situation. It's nothing to laugh about. So I really hope that she would take that offer, that advice that her friend gave in terms of seeking legal advice from legal aid, because with everything going on, I'm sure it's difficult to retain the services of a lawyer at present. So financially, with everything that's going on with your finances, someone says if there are children involved, as a man, you have to be real and rake a step away. For me, I would leave the house to my wife and children as I owe them that at least, and try to move forward on a better basis. Although some form of legality may be needed. Listen, I'm telling you, there are some people, the moral compass is no bueno, not good at all. Let me hear what this person is saying. $4,000 is very tight to pay that mortgage for a single mom with 2 children. If you cannot get a lesser mortgage, then sell the house and move on without him. He's taking advantage of the situation because he used to pay mortgage before, walking in and out and sleeping when he's drunk. In the meantime, change all the locks. When he gets drunk in the future, he'll sit by the roadside, sleep in his vehicle if there is one. Someone says I'll firstly say get a restraining order, and he would have. No, that won't work that way. You can't hear you. The man has shares in the house. You can't just sell house on man. It don't work that way. You can't just up and sell a house. The man has a share. The man has share. Good morning.
Morning, Aruna.
Hey, morning.
I listen to the program, and sometimes some people don't pick up the signs. Now, to be paying a mortgage that is $4,000, and that man is not interested, seems like to me he was never interested in building that big house in the first instance, because a $4,000 mortgage is either a very fancy house or a very big house. Mm-hmm. It seems to me, and I'm not in full support of the guy, but it just seems to me that the reason that she didn't change the lock, there are certain behavioral patterns with women. The reason that she didn't change the lock seems that if she feels she's responsible for his behavior in some sort of way, and while she's disappointed in what he's doing, she still is making some sort of compromise. Because I can't see a woman, a man walking out on you, being with the next woman publicly, and women are very revengeful. Sorry to say that, and there's nothing that she's basically doing to spite him, and women love to do that. You know, and he seems not to be interested in the children anymore. That seems maybe the kids are not his, or there's something there that it's kind of difficult to see a man involved in his children's life, and then he just, you know, men either take care or they don't take care from the beginning. They don't just walk out just like that. So I think there's more to that story before we could make a proper or give proper advice, you know, and that's just what I have to say.
Got you. Alrighty. Thanks much. Like someone says, go to legal aid and explore your options. Not only on selling the house, but also on separating and getting a divorce. It may be a hard process. It will be a hard process in the beginning, but it will lead to a peace of mind in the end. And I keep stressing there's no dollar value on peace of mind. I could just imagine how stressful it is every month paying a $4,000 mortgage by yourself, plus 2 children that I'm sure are going to school. And you know that takes a lot as well, by yourself. So your brains are probably burnt, stressing, worrying every single day. Emotional conflict. You can't put a dollar value on peace of mind. It is the best thing in the world, the most amazing thing in the world. When your mind is at ease and at rest, today could fall on a Sunday and you couldn't be bothered. You wouldn't even care. That's how at rest and at ease you are. It's going to be a hard process, but I really, really suggest that you go to legal aid and counseling first so they can better advise you as to what your next step should be. Because, like I said, I'm sure it's causing a lot of emotional, financial, a lot of that on you, a lot of conflict on you. So I suggest go to legal aid so they can advise you properly as to what your next step should be. And you're saying the woman could just sell the house. No, she can't just up and sell the house like that without his permission or consent. Don't work like that. Because I'm guessing both of their names are on the title or whatever the case might be. So he can't just up and... Madam can just not just up and sell the house. Someone says, for a very sad situation, I will first advise you to visit your financial institution. Let me hear what this person have to say. Good morning.
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 No, maybe it's just me, but there are a lot of holes in that story, in that scenario. It's just not as wholesome as I would want it to be.
Tell me why.
All right, so this was the previous caller. What about the guy that says, look, this thing didn't work out, it's not working out? What led to that? Like, no offense, but some women like to play dumb. And playing dumb is not always the best scenario when you're looking to ensure that you retain the optics of a victim. Yeah, you're a victim of a situation now, but what led to that? What caused it? Did you provoke him? Did you threaten him? Did you, was it an affair? Was it loss of employment? Was it provocation? Was it verbal abuse to him or from him? What exactly led to it? It's too much variables just to say, okay, this is where I am. And also, even as simple as, it's a $4,000 mortgage here. From when? $4,000 mortgage from 5 years ago, $4,000 mortgage from last year, pre-COVID, post-COVID. When did a $5,000 mortgage come up? So it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not falling for it. That's just me. I'm just not falling for it.
Y'all never fall for it when it's us. Bet if a man came forward, you'll be falling all over it.
But I say no. But I know people may want to sympathize.
But what's important here?
Especially
the
because
effect
it's a woman
or the cause?
and kids. Tell me?
What is important here? The cause or the effect?
The cause. Don't treat the symptoms, treat the disease. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't say you're wrong, but I'm just kind of
That's what I'm saying. It's a matter of opinion.
considering there are
Don't
children
treat.
involved.
Yeah, trend is always a byproduct of the problem. So don't put no child in front. That's the first thing. First rule.
But the man didn't put him in front either. She's the only one doing that based on what she said.
Exactly. That's what based on what she says. Face value. What led to that? Is the kids his? Is there any dispute? Did he find out something after the fact? Or
let me do the math. Let me do the math for you, right?
Why is she fighting?
Let me do the math for you. She said my husband and I were in a relationship for 12 years, all right? Married 3 years. Then they decided to buy a house together 2 years after.
Married 3 years.
So
2 years after they got married. So that's the last year.
So no. That's post pre-COVID. Hold on. Let me go back to it again. My husband and I were in a relationship for 12 years. Married
12 years.
Married for 3 years. When we
3 years ago, 2020.
When we decided to buy a house together, 2 years after buying the house, he lost his job due to COVID. I then became the only one paying the mortgage. And then she said there was a blank space not sure what's something missing in the middle. Things change rapidly.
Before COVID. Okay.
So he lost his job.
Pre-COVID.
Yes, and then she said things changed.
A $4,000 mortgage pre-COVID is a big house. I'm not talking about like right now. Steel, for example, is more than $30 a length. Pre-COVID, a length of steel was less than $10. So yeah, that value-wise, that property, that house or whatever it is, was significantly elaborate compared to some others. So it's not for $4,000. That's not a basic 3-bedroom dwelling. It is not. So that's the first thing. Okay, great. Pre-COVID, COVID measures. COVID have emotional, psychological, financial strain on couples, people, communication, all these things. Fair. Okay, good. What exactly happened between her and him that there was a breakdown, or is he going through something that is a mental dissociative state, traumatic experience? Did she work with him, work along with him when he lost his job, or did she climb down, oh, you're good for nothing? What other circumstances? What exactly is going on? There's still holes. Give me the whole picture, because if you are good for nothing, would not have been to help or assist in having a $4,000 mortgage. That means your joint income would have been in excess of $10,000. They're not going to give you a mortgage for more than 40% of your joint income. So put together, if both of y'all working together for $10,000, $12,000, both of y'all have good jobs. Try to build a good position in the family. One person loses. If he was the one doing the heavy lifting financially, yes, that means there's a burden on her. She may be only working for barely above $5,000, making ends meet. But you have a roof over your head.
Gotcha.
What is stopping you from trying or attempting a second job? If you were in New York working and your family's in the same situation, you have a smaller apartment for $3,000, you're still going to find something else to do, at least 2 or 3 other jobs. You're going to find a way.
Oh God, no. The lady have 2 children plus then you still want to give her next work?
What's wrong with that?
Man.
She didn't even share 2 babies. She said she had 2 children.
No.
She said she had 2 infants. She said she had 2 children.
Go on. Stay toxic,
You have to look at the whole picture.
All right, I'll look
Whole
in.
picture.
All
Don't
right.
get tricked. My boy stay toxic.
All right, have a good one. Talk about go up the road, come down, all around. All you had to say was the lady at fault for everything. Because I ain't hear no blame, the man should accept responsibility. The man should help take care of children. You're sending the woman to get her next work in Little Grenada. Lady probably working an 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 job with 2 children. She alone fighting up with them. And you still want to give her another job. But the woman can win. These days it's like, y'all making single life look amazing, I swear. Like, yeah, make single life look so amazing. Like when Mr. Man come over, I'll have toothbrushes so you can brush your teeth, but don't leave no boxers on the pants, no change of clothes, no nothing. Just leave. You don't want it to be that tight. I don't want, no. Yeah, making that sort of life look like, we meet to the term, we swap spit, we do what we had to do, you go your way, I go my way, and we're happy at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm not making this relationships and marriage. Yeah, I'm not making it look good at all. Like I said, we're going based on what she said. The woman held it down when he lost his job due to COVID. She didn't throw him out. She didn't send him by his mother, send him by his sister. He was under the roof watching her, provide for them, put food on the table, pay the bills. Again, I'm going on what she said. If the story changes at some point, then we move to suit. But all for now, we're going on what she said. She held him down when he lost his job, maintained the mortgage, plus the other utilities, plus taking care of children. And my boy, good morning, Auntie Karen. How are you? Happy Tuesday. What Auntie Karen say? It doesn't say marriage should be banned in Grenada. As soon as Grenadians get married, relation done. I'm telling you, I swear. Like there's a jumbie in the water. Don't get married here. Go marry any place else. It's like we have a jumbie in the water. It was like we good before. It's like we good, and as soon as you get married, you start seeing having problems, and you're thinking this person is the best thing since sliced bread. You're thinking, you know what, forever and ever, white picket fence, little dog, a little goat for them children to take care of, and then boom, it's like nice big wedding, and tutus. You're looking around like, huh? Like you're living in a dream, like you're in a trance, like. Miss, I say all this to say, go to legal aid. So in the short term, she can use a restraining order to preclude him from accessing the house willy-nilly, but at the end, she'll have to sell or refinance to pay him off. All right, so that's the best advice we can give to you. In the short term, she can use a restraining order to preclude him from accessing the house anytime he feels like. At the end, you'll have to sell or refinance to pay him off. So if you want to keep the house because you want your children to have something, or you want somewhere you can relax in your twilight, then that's the next step. Visit the bank, explain your situation, and see how they'll be willing to work with you if you're not too keen on selling or finding a way to make it work. All right, take this final call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oi, morning. What go?
Are they well? I drop it on the planet.
Papa, since you go on vacation, you look as though you're still in vacation mode.
That was the best thing that could ever happen to me. Take a price. Take a price. That was the best thing that could ever happen to me. But I late. But it's better to be late than never. But I was just I catch a little piece of what I was saying, right? But at the end of the day, Ronald, I was telling fellas and them, even if you cannot maintain, don't go there, right? Not go there, because I know women. Women is a nation. When they decide to bring you down, it's down you're going. And they will go all out to bring you down. Because if you have to drink COVID, you pay bills, you do everything. Like
she
me,
that was doing that, not he. She
that was doing
yes.
that. But at least I can tell you a piece of
she was doing. The man lose his job during COVID, and she was still paying the $4,000 a month mortgage and all the bills. And the man pick up a next woman and up and down the place with next woman, and leave on she owned to fight up with the $4,000 mortgage and the children, and he ain't making no contribution. Not he at all. She was doing that.
You have to go. Aruna, you have to go. In that situation, you have to go. It don't make any sense. Nobody have to go. It don't make any sense. I support the woman because during COVID she pay all the bills, she do all them things, and then you end up now outside. All close to hang out outside now, so you getting on?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to go there and make it, she have to go.
Got you.
I late, but
All
you
right.
better to be late
Yeah,
than
never.
never.
Got you.
Have a good
Alrighty, have a good one.
Take care.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, wasn't she? Imagine if the roles were reversed and she did that. All no water couldn't wash the woman is what all you wouldn't say. But here y'all know, talking about cause and effect, and boy. Someone says she's selling the house. How much she looking for? I'm not sure. She needs to find out what's the deal with that before, if she's in a position to do that. Alrighty, I think it's time for us to go. Just a reminder, the NIS Health Fair that is happening at the back of the NIS building, in the car park. So come and get free checks, all right, free health screening, etc. And that's like I said, it's going on now, so you can go check it out. All right, it ends at 2 p.m. today. The health fair at the NIS car park until 2 p.m. Come get yourself checked out. When I'm through, I'm gonna go check them out. Alrighty, so until then, Marcus, the problem is she was holding it down by the skin of her teeth. She says there are days they eat bread and drink tea. Herself and her children, there are days they eat bread and drink tea because they barely have anything left. After she pays that mortgage, she barely has anything left to go by. Yeah, so that is the problem. There's only so much you can do that for. That is stressful. That is stressful. That is stressful. Anywho's, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place for another one. And thank you so much to our friends at Western Union for taking care of us as well. Everybody on the live, thank you. Voice notes, everybody who sent in there, who called or who sent in the who responded under the status, thank you.
Ladies' Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.